Hey, everybody. Oh, what I got on my face over here? Gotta clean up before I come through on this live. Hey, everybody. Listen, thanks for being here with Trending Topics. I gotta speak right. Trending Topics Wednesday. And I'm glad you're joining me in the building. Okay. Oh, that's right. Come on now, Tay. It's hump day. It's hump day, people. We're halfway through the week. I appreciate y'all coming in the building, especially because I threw this live up pretty late. Don't forget, get your ticket, hit that like button, okay? I'm gonna have to get some of y'all. Y'all be playing games, y'all be hopping the train. Okay, I'm gonna call security on y'all. All you gotta do is hit that like button. Y'all wanna see me pull this train off every night at 8 p.m. sharp? Hit the like button, people. That's all you gotta do. Hit the like button. Now, listen, we got some good topics today. We got some serious things to talk about. Beyonce paid tribute to this Alvin Ailey dancer. Unfortunately, and listen, if I miss a letter, don't choke me, okay? But unfortunately, there's a guy unalive now, was 28 years young. He's part of the LGBTIQ plus community. Help me out, guys. You know what I'm trying to say? He's part of the community. And, he was on the live because of who he is. And he was dancing to, voguing to a Beyonce song. And, a group came over and was arguing with him, and he was unalive. And we're going to talk about that. It's a very sad story. And I don't get, and I never will get, why people feel they have. Thank you, Robin. I appreciate you. Let me say this again. It's the LGBTQIA plus community. I love you guys. Thank you for helping me out. He's part of the community, and they unalived him just because of who he is. Okay, we're going to talk Tori Spelling. Now, Tori Spelling mama got millions and millions and millions of dollars. Tori Spelling's daddy, he was Hollywood when he was alive. That was Mr. Hollywood. I mean, we could run off the shows that her daddy did. Now, I ain't saying nothing's wrong with living in an RV, but she's living in an RV now with her 5 kids. Now, the mama name is Candy Spelling. I want to say Candy. Yeah, come on. Thank you, Rebels. Aaron Spelling. Yes. Candy is the mom, right? Candy. Go get your daughter and your grandkids and let them live up in that mansion with you. This ain't right, Candy. It ain't right. All right. Now we got this woman. Everybody now is big on the diet thing, right? The people want to tell you got to do intermittent fasting, don't eat carbs, drink a gallon of water. I mean, it's so many things going on when it comes to how to keep yourself healthy. There was this vegan influencer we're going to talk about. Well, she ended up starving herself to death because all she would eat was 2 pieces of certain fruit all day, and she didn't drink any water in 6 years. Y'all heard me correctly. 6 years. Be careful who you follow online when it comes to the fitness and the way you should eat or not eat. Go to a doctor. Don't be just saying I'm going to be a vegan and you only eat 2 pieces of fruit every day. It's just crazy. We're going to talk about that. We're going to end this conversation. I'm going to end it. I don't think I could start it off with this Lizzo thing. We're going to end this. Come on, Virgin. I hear you. You just had 2 oatmeal raisin cookies. Listen. I'm telling you, if I didn't have these cholesterol issues, I'm telling you, what I would be, child. I've calmed down because my doctor keeps getting on me because I got cholesterol issues. But you know what? That's a whole nother story. And we're going to end this thing with this whole Lizzo scandal. Girl, no water for 6 years. She lost her mind. We're going to end it with the Lizzo scandal because it's a bit much, right? And so, Diva, did you see Erica from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? She's skin and bones. Child, when I saw that, I said, come on, girl. She's saying she didn't take Ozempic. She's on Ozempic because menopause actually For most people, it does the reverse. It makes you gain a lot of weight. So she's saying last year she wasn't in menopause. All of a sudden she got in menopause and it made her lose all that weight. I mean, the lies for me. It's the lies, the lies, the lies. But yes, I saw that ridiculous article. I almost went in on her, but I got busy today. I may have to still do that, okay? So we'll end it with this Lizzo thing because it is a huge, huge scandal. Lizzo is not looking good. It's not looking good. But y'all know what I need in that chat, right? I need a one, choo choo. All aboard, everybody. We're about to board this train for Wednesday night trending topics, and we got the people on the platform waiting to get in the building. We're about to load this platform up, okay? We got back in the building our monthly ticket holder. Hey, Robin.
Hey, Diva.
Hey, in my opinion, Leo, Sebastian, Nikki, come on, peace. Stay in
Diva.
the building. Yes, sir.
While you were talking about cholesterol, my
Uh-huh.
labs came back.
Right.
Ooh. Let's just say
you got work.
We're not going to be eating after 6 now, not 8, 6.
It's a lot.
If I continue on, I have a heart attack before I'm 30. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, oh, Lord, no.
You don't want that. You got to walk. You got to just walk, exercise. We got this, Sebastian. We got
drink
this,
water.
Right?
Drink water, eat celery, and take your amlodipine.
That they drink water and get, but I will not just be eating no 2 pieces of fruit per day. Now we ain't doing none of that right there. Now listen, guys, we're going to get into this. You okay? Who's that choking?
That was me.
Okay, you okay, Dustin?
I'm okay though. Thank you.
All right, good. Glad you're here on the platform. Thank you, Bestie. Okay. All right. So listen, guys. Okay, let's get into this story.
Not the Bestie, Diva.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Don't go for Diva in this panel tonight, or I'm going to go for you too. Even though I'm sitting here coughing, I might go for you anyway.
Not you, Dustin. Teacher's
Dustin.
All right, guys. Now let me get into this story because we got stuff to talk about. Let me present this screen. It's so sad, and I really feel like more needs to be done towards these hate crimes because it's enough is enough already, right? So let's get into this story. Beyonce shouts out the slain gay fan allegedly killed for voguing to her music. Okay. So this is the young gentleman. If you know anything about Alvin Ailey Dance Theater, it's a very prestigious dance school. Okay. He was a part of this school. Okay. Dancer. And now he's gone. So she wrote on her website, Rest in Power, O'Shea. Okay. And this is a young man that lost his life. So Beyonce is honoring a man who was stabbed to death, allegedly because he was dancing to her music in public. And she's doing it in a heartfelt message on one of her biggest platforms. The singer paid tribute to 28-year-old O'Shea on her website, wrote a message that reads, Rest in Power, O'Shea. It's the first thing you see when you go to the Beyonce.com, where it's prominently displayed on the home page. Okay, so this is him in the pink shorts right there on his the fatal night that he lost his life. This is the group of individuals that him and his friends were arguing with. Okay, so at least they have it captured on camera. So O'Shea was fatally stabbed over the weekend at a Brooklyn gas station after getting into a scuffle with another man. And cops are reportedly investigating the incident as a possible hate crime. O'Shea was gay, and leading up to the confrontation, witnesses say he was voguing in the parking lot to Beyonce's tracks. Authorities think the altercation might have started because the suspect was reacting to O'Shea dancing, according to the New York Post. Part of the face-off was actually captured by surveillance camera outside, and you can see quite a few people arguing. The actual stabbing happens off camera, but you can see O'Shea, who's shirtless and wearing a hat, and a friend getting heated with an opposing group. Eventually, O'Shea goes around the corner, and moments later, you see him come back into frame. And so, unfortunately, This is his friend had posted saying that, here's his bloody hands, right? They hated us because we are gay, screaming we're Muslim and we don't like gays. As we innocently pumping gas, and y'all decided to stab one of us. Hashtag justice. So very sad, right? One of my pals who was there on the scene that night posted bloody photos of the aftermath, claiming the attacker was Muslim and let them know he didn't like gay people. Obviously, an investigation is ongoing, and the suspects are still loose. It's just very sad. So you know what? Rest in peace to this young man. These type of crimes have to stop. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say, but it's sad, and rest in peace. It's just very sad. So let's briefly go around, talk about this situation and maybe offer up what do you think can be done? Because these crimes are happening on a weekly basis, and it's just getting overwhelming to constantly hear that someone lost their life because of who they chose to be. Robin, what are your thoughts, and what do you think we can do to prevent these situations?
Well, my first thought is I feel so bad and so sorry that Mr. Sibley O'Shea lost his life for nothing, for someone else's hatred, for someone else's opinion about who he was. But what can be done about this? I don't know that there is an answer necessarily. I've come to consider lately that the climate has changed so severely in our country, where it seems that your extreme behavior is either embraced or it's encouraged. And it has come, I think, it really had its great start with some of the national political leaders, and I won't say that one person's name that I think is chiefly responsible, but it gave permission for people to step outside of themselves and to just take onus and ownership over other people. We want, people are imposing their beliefs on other people. This man who was filling up his car with gas and dancing and having a good time with his friends, his life had nothing to do with the perpetrator's life. They didn't know each other. Nothing that one did outside of this horrendous act had anything to do with the other. What can we do? We can continue to talk about it. But my fear is that we are in a regressive state of being. And I personally have days when I'm not being hyperbolic. I really feel very much like we're in end days, and I feel very doomed because I personally, a lot of things where I used to be able to speak out, go out and protest, do something to possibly help and change or mold. I don't feel that anything I can do right now or have been able to do in recent times has been effective. I feel out of sorts. I can just only do what I can do, which is police myself and my behavior and the people around me. That's my best contribution.
Yeah, it's just so sad. Like, he's gone. Like, you stabbed him. Like, and Doris said that they're looking for the one. I'll show it again later in the red shorts. So they're saying that's the one that actually stabbed him. So they're looking for that particular person as a possible suspect. Kat agrees with you, Robin. In my opinion, what are your thoughts, and what do you think we can do about these particular types of situations?
Can I just speak real quick? Because I'm on my way out.
Okay, yes, go ahead,
I'm
Ray.
sorry, in my opinion. First of all, my prayers to his family, his friends who had to stand there and watch that happen.
Yeah.
The mental anguish that is going to be for them for the rest of their lives, to have to stand there and see their friend be harmed because of hatred. I totally agree with Auntie Robin said, that the times that we are in, we have regressed so much as a society. We have progressed, but mentally we have regressed so much. I think that it is going to be hard to find an answer of what change looks like at this point. I feel like we have tried to reach so much change in so many different areas that we are just all over the place at this point. There is no main plan on what to do for the safety of people in general. Because as much as it is about the LGBTQ plus community, this is a society issue. Our Black brothers and sisters are being offed. our LGBT, our Asian community. There are so many communities that are having, this same issue. So getting a plan to help all people is the answer, not just some people or specific people, but all people. All people. And then secondly, shout out to Beyonce, who took the time out of her schedule to talk about this young man. She brought attention to this. I don't feel, had she, said anything about this, that it would have the traction that it has. And so the fact that she and others took the time out of their busy day to acknowledge this horrific incident, I just want to say hats off to them and hats off to her. Hats off to you, Diva, for bringing this awareness to our community and, keeping us updated with what's really going on in our world.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you. In my opinion, what are your thoughts?
I think this is very sad, and I think. Well, let me first start off by saying condolences to his brother that had to sit there and hold the hole over his chest, and they said the blood was gushing out through his hands. I know that had to be traumatic for that brother to see his brother like that. So I really want, say condolences to him and his family. I feel like this world has lost what we call love.
Mm.
And I feel like it's never going to get back until we make enough noise about what it really means to love your neighbor. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to respect what somebody, is or claim themselves to be, but we
Mm-hmm.
can all still love each other without the hate. Like, this is when it gets to a point where it makes you almost don't want to have kids growing up in this world because you fear that if your kids are not aligned a certain way, that they may be targeted. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Or because of the color of their skin, they may be targeted. And I feel like that's because we done lost the power of love.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would welcome everybody to start posting about love. Anything you can post, just love on somebody. We gotta stop hating on people because we don't agree with them. You ain't supposed to agree with everybody. Nobody is perfect. You don't gotta like everything they do. Nobody, everything they do is gonna be perfect, but we can love each other. We can show love just like we show love over here. We can show love in the real world. Let's
Yeah.
all show some love somewhere, and we post about it. And let's hope that we can make some change, some positive change, because I am so tired of all of the situations that's coming out, and I hate that they always pin it on it's the LGBT or on the black females. And I really wish we would stop doing that as well.
Yeah. It's very sad, but yeah, I guess we got to start somewhere, right? So we got to, why not start with the love and the respect? And that is why I don't want to throw the train off the track. I want to stay on this gentleman, but that is why that blue face, all of his social media needs to be shut down. He's on social media asking a 6-year-old kid what his sexuality is. It's like, it's insane to me. It's insane to me.
And making him watch a stripper dance.
That part. Um, 12 star, thank you so much. Better laws has to be in place. I agree. It's a shame that people do crimes and are released from jail in little to no time. The policing needs to be improved. They walk around pissed off most days. It's just sad. I will say this, 12 star, that preppy killer from years ago, I want to say he was Central Park. He's out right now. He's free. He's free. I think he might be on probation or parole, whatever one you want to call it, but he's walking the streets. I don't know if y'all remember that story. Nikki, what are your thoughts on this particular situation? And what do you think we can do to even just begin to heal the world, so to speak, and change these type of situations from happening? We're hearing about it too much.
Well, first off, I just I always get on here and talk to y'all about how much empathy I have and everybody deserves a second chance and whatnot. I try to live my life that way because all of us do things, but certain things I take exception. And this is like one of those type of things where I just feel like there should be zero tolerance, number one. And then I think number two, it should be like immediate and swift persecution, prosecution, whatever you want to call it. I do think you do have to give people an opportunity to defend themselves, whatever that might be.
Yep.
But
Mm-hmm.
based on the information that you have given us today, it sounds like pretty cut and dry to me, but you just never know. But I just think I hate, like because I think this happens to most human beings. When something tragic like this happens, especially when it's so senseless, it's like, let that person live. Like, what in the world? Why does it bother you? Like, this is the thing I have, like, with the church, and I love God and all that, but I'm just like, why do you care so much about what someone else is doing with their life if it doesn't interrupt yours? Like, I just will never get that whole you're going to hell because I'm just like, God ain't in nobody different like that. That's just my personal opinion. But I just feel like, what type of person are you that someone else's behavior that has nothing to do with you enrages you that much to violence? I just, with that type of stuff, again, to me, if you have that type of disruption in your head, you are a menace to society. You do not deserve, in my opinion, to be amongst the rest of us. You and the rest of the people that's with you. Because somebody should have told you, you know what, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go on. Because we all feel we don't like something about someone or some population of people, but you cannot take it to violence. I just think that's unacceptable. But what I was going to say earlier is I hate when these type of things happen because, well, one, they shouldn't happen, but mostly because it does instill certain emotions in people, like fear, right? Or like people start to give up, where it's just like, damn, like, when is it ever gonna like end? Like, like, I think where you're saying, it's like we've gone so far, but then it's like when you see this, you're just like, where really have we moved to? Like, really, where have we moved to at all? Because you don't like someone because of their sexuality. It's just bananas to me. I'm just like, then don't have their sexuality. If you don't like that, then don't, but you don't have to do all of this. So I was saying that to say, I just think, don't give up hope. Don't let it pull you back, because I do think that's like a mark of the enemy. And whatever you feel like the enemy is, I'm saying the enemy of your happiness, the enemy of your joy, the enemy of your peace. Don't allow situations like this. I'm sorry.
No, I can hear her, Dustin. Go ahead, Nikki. I like what you're saying. Yeah.
I was just saying, whatever the enemy represents for you, because it's going to be something different for everybody.
Right.
So sometimes something like this it disturbs your peace, right? It disturbs your hope, especially if you're somebody in that community, the LGBT, whatever community. It hits really home for you, or if you have a child who's in that community, or if you or a person who isn't yet out, so to speak, and you're thinking about doing it. It can, like I said, the enemy of your peace, your fear, all of these different things. We should definitely, have laws and things like that in place. It's just sometimes all it takes is Kim Kardashian to take another butt shot, and then we forgot about it and someone's moved on. And I'm saying that to say, don't give up. Don't, let this tragedy take away your peace, your happiness, whatever else. Bond together with the people with love. I think Gabrielle was saying that too. And keep moving forward. We just can't let it go to the back burner like everything unfortunately does in our 24-hour news cycle. But I think, it all starts at grassroots. We can vote for the president, but the real change happens in your city, in your town, in your zip code. And that's really where you can really make real change happen. But
I agree with you wholeheartedly, 100%. Sebastian, you're up.
This is just so appalling. Like, I don't like when people just try to push their views on others. I could care less what your views are. Just keep them to yourself. You don't have to go push it and execute it on others. I agree with that. We do need change in the way our hate crimes are being done, the way how they're prosecuted, etc. But this also has an impact on a lot of people. Don't take hate crimes seriously as they used to, due to the fact that a lot of people have started to fake hate crimes. And this is a problem. This is what happens, but luckily, thank God there's footage and everything. This person, we know who the person who did it. We've seen who the victim is. Hopefully we can catch this person and put them in jail, and they should serve their life in jail or be put to death.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, Dustin.
Or be put to death themselves. It's just outrageous, this whole situation. I don't think, I know some people have mentioned it's how we vote and etc. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think that's the issue here.
Mm-hmm.
It's how we raise our children.
Mm-hmm.
It's not how we vote, it's how we raise our children
Mm-hmm.
so they can learn that even though said beliefs are against, we cannot go inflicting our beliefs onto others. It's not how we vote, it's how we raise our children, because how we vote is just going to impact now or a couple years, but how we raise our children will impact their children and the children of their children, and it will become secular. No, that's not right. It will become a cycle
Mm-hmm.
where we can make our children be loving of one another and no longer inflicting violence onto another.
Yeah.
This situation, and I do believe the suspect is 18 years old.
Mm.
So this is outrageous. This is outrageous. Who was
Is
racing this?
18 is something was ingrained in you. And what really saddens me is that the men that was together, like they was just, you see, they probably came from the beach. They went to get some gas. They just all was just chilling, having fun. He was dancing, you know what I mean? And here
Exactly,
you
which
are
is why
just
I'm saying
living your best life, and somebody approaches you, and just because they don't like you, that's it, you're gone. It's sad.
exactly. This is
Um,
why it's very important that we do a good job in the raising of our children. You may raise them. That's how you don't. You may say you don't support LGBTQ, but you have to tell your children that you can't force those views onto others. You can tell them, yes,
it's not even about this. Is Here's the thing. I think even before we go that deep, who are you to think you could just take somebody's life?
agree. That's what I'm saying. You should not be teaching your children
What is
to.
your mental is gone. It's crazy. It's sick. You know, it's one thing to be in somebody's face trying to push views on them. It's another thing to have a weapon and then to take that person's life. Like,
Agree. I agree 100%. You should never you should never take someone's life. I don't think it's the parents that have caused this 18-year-old to go take this person's life. He chose to do this. This was his choice to take someone's life. And I don't believe this
where
18-year-old
did
has
all this hate come from, though?
I don't believe it's mental illness. I don't. I do believe that he probably just
Well,
does not like
he's only 18. I'm just thinking, where did all this hate come from?
there's
You
many
had
ways
to
he
be hearing it in your home or something. This I'm not saying, oh,
all home.
that's what I'm
There's
saying. That hate from in him came from somewhere.
It's been all around him, and even then, even if the hate has been all around him, he's the one who chose to inflict his hate, so therefore he should suffer the
I agree
consequences of his hatred
with
against certain groups.
that. Understand. Okay, so give me a minute, Dustin. I mean, Sebastian. Let me let
Done.
Adele in. Adele, you're up.
Yeah, this situation is a little bit because a lot of people said some of the things that I actually agree with. I think I'm gonna go from a different perspective because they brought up the idea of their Islam, so they don't believe in this kind of stuff. And I what came to mind is something that my opinion said about the loving your neighbor, and also the idea as all religion believe in do unto others as you'd like to have do unto them unto you, which is the golden rule. And I think what happens is that we've so far away from that kind of perspective of loving our neighbor. We don't even love ourselves much to love our neighbor, because if you don't love yourself, how are you going to love someone else? And I think that's the key right there. Learn to love yourself so you can love others, and then you can actually do unto others as you'd like to have done unto you. And it's there's this like sick kind of like thing that happens when certain people are hanging out with each other. This group mentality. Maybe the wouldn't do it by themselves, but because they're being egged on and they have support behind them, and all these little nonsense. It has to stop. Like I love watching those mysteries where they talk about like a group of innocent girls who kill someone, and trying to figure out how did these little girls end up doing something like this. And they found that there's a different energy that comes when a group of people are together. and they just bounce off each other, and it creates this spiraling effect that by the time it's done, people don't understand how they got where they got. But that being said, there's no rhyme or reason that this person's life should be taken in this way. And I'm glad that this attention is being brought to it. So hopefully, not only his family gets some comfort in there, but we also learn so we don't continue to repeat all these things, because there's not really anything that can be said that's going to really be the magic, right? It's just expressing your sympathy and praying that we're learning and we're not letting his life be in vain, but instead use it to help to create positive change.
Thank you, Adele. I brought this story up because this week, and it's only Wednesday, I read 3 such stories. There was this pastor that unalived a transgender woman because he was having a relationship with the woman. I couldn't even finish the story because it was just sickening. So because you want to be undercover, you're going to unalive this person and then just left the person on the street to die.
Exactly. I remember reading that story.
Just left the
Yeah,
person
right,
like you a whole pastor.
Well, that's another thing. Too many people out here being pastors. That's another thing.
Well, that is another thing. Dustin, are you able to join the conversation? I know he was having some trouble there. I'll circle back to Dustin because he wasn't able to hear. So he put that in the chat. I'm gonna go to Denzel and then Mel. I'm coming to you. Nice to see you in the building, Mel. Denzel, what are your thoughts?
This is a sad situation
Mm-hmm.
because it keeps happening
Mm-hmm.
time and time again. And listen, I get people. Yeah, I get people don't want. I get that people don't want to agree with it. I get it,
Mm-hmm.
but respect the person.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not bothering you, leave people alone. And that's what makes me mad. Okay, some people, they want to play God. They think they God and they not.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that can judge us is God, and that's it. Jesus Christ is the only one that can judge us. So, you know, rest in peace to that young man,
Mm-hmm.
and condolences to his family and friends. We got to stay prayed up, and people need to leave people alone. If you don't respect their lifestyle, okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But respect the person. Respect the person and just go on with your business.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people need to do. And the only thing we can do, Diva, is we just have to stay prayed up. We just have to pray. And that's the only thing we can do. And it's really sad to keep seeing and hearing about these type of stories about people's lives getting taken from an evil person.
Right.
That person is evil. I hope they find him, and I hope he suffers in prison for the rest of his life. Again, rest in peace to that young man, and condolences to his family and friends. We got to stay prayed up, and that's it, Diva.
Thank you so much, Denzel.
You're welcome.
Mel, your thoughts?
Hi, how you doing? How you
I'm
doing?
good. Nice to see you.
Hey,
I
Mel.
saw the hi everybody. I saw the topic and I had to call in. My perspective is actually I feel like we're very very close to a victory. I think that what happened tonight what happened to this person was very sad, but I feel like whenever you get close to a breakthrough that's going to be beyond your wildest dreams, these tragic things keep coming up. And I think it's a time for us not to stop. I think it's a time to go even further into your truth. Now, listen, I'm a black gay man living in New York City, and I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm not scared to go out into the world because I'm not sure what's going to happen when I do, but I do go out there with a big heart. I go out there to do my movements. I go out there to join my political groups. And I go out there to, connect with my family and my friends. I'm not letting this stop me and keep me, chained up in my house in a fetal position. This is the same thing that they were trying to do, or people were trying to do during Black Lives Matter, or even with everything that was happening. They wanted to use fear to intimidate. Now, I know we all come from people who went through a lot of stuff back in the day, especially if you're African American descent or if you're immigrant or other things. You had your ancestors who were literally in chains, but they're not anymore. We are literally able to go out and do what we want to do. And I think people want to try to convince you and scare you into getting back into, to some kind of fair position. What happened to this person, again, was tragic, but don't let it stop you from going out there being happy and living your life and living your truth. But that's going to be the victory. When you can actually get these people who do this kind of stuff and let the people know that we're not going to stop. I'm not going to stop living my life and loving who I love. I know on Fox News bulletin board, my picture probably is down there as the enemy because I'm a Black gay man, but that's okay. You can kiss it, love it, because I love myself. I'm going to keep on going down and keep on living my truth. I'm not going to let this stop me. I'm going to go to any kind of vigil that happens or anything that happens. I'm going to support, but it's not going to stop me. And it shouldn't stop anybody. It shouldn't stop anybody. We can't stop. I think that's truly what is the thing. And I'm talking not only for the LGBTQ community, but for the African American community, for people who are immigrants, everybody who's under attack. If you're a woman, there's a lot of things going on for people right now. And I think it's funny to me that people on the other side say, oh, well, you woke up too when Obama got in office. That's what you did. You woke up and you were definitely afraid that things were changing. Well, it's not going back. We're not going back to the plantation. We're going to keep on going. And we're going to keep on living our truths. We're not going to hide. We're going to fight. We're going to fight with our thoughts, with our letters. We're going to fight with our movements. We're not going to stop this. It's not going to stop. And you should pray. And you should also count your blessings and kiss your loved ones. And try to, just be grateful for what you have, because you don't know what's going to happen when you go out into the world. You just don't know. So that's what I do. We have to be almost like spiritual warriors in a way. We got to just sort of go, you know what? Our ancestors have went through a lot. And we are here now, and it's our time to take that cause and keep on going down the road too. I think we're really close to some big victories. I actually feel that way. That's why some of these tragedies are piling up so much, just to shake you. Just sit down and stop. Don't stop. Keep going.
Well, you know what, Mel, thanks for coming up. We miss you. And that was a good word. I appreciate that, because fear is not going to be the answer. Fear is definitely.
Mel always delivers when he's up here.
Yeah.
Okay. Mel always delivers.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Well,
Priscilla, actually, to be honest with you, Priscilla, we whoever comes up, we let them up. I don't really have, a set who can come up. If you make it in the building on the platform, because the platform shuts down at 10 people, and I'm included in that 10, they could come up. And I'm glad Mel was able to get up here today and give his perspective, because I love that. We can fear not, everybody.
No.
Destin, are you able to hear us now? Can you speak?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Dave. I'm sorry about that earlier.
No, you're fine. What would you like to add to this conversation?
I was just gonna say it's really sad to continue to see this over and over again. It seems like every other day there's something over, and this is so sad to see this over and over again, Dave, and it makes me very emotional. And I'm sorry, I don't have really much to say, but I'm just very emotional. And rest in peace to the family, and I hope everything. I hope some kind of justice comes in. They hope they get some kind of justice, and this makes me very emotional. So sorry, David, for kind of jumping all over the place.
You're fine. You're fine. I appreciate everybody's thoughts on it. It's very sensitive topic. Is always very heart-wrenching. And we just want everybody, no matter who you are, to be safe in these streets. Because it's too much of things as such going on. It's very sad. I'm going to move on to the next topic, but I had to queue up the video. I'll just show this little piece of it. It's just sad. Hold on one second, guys. So you can see it's a very heated conversation. You see this one over here is actually filming. Like, why is this a joke to you? Why is everything now? And then you know what? You know what makes me so upset now too? Everybody, do you see that? Do you see the quickness there? Oh shoot, that I didn't mean to get that in there. But it's just sad. It's very sad. But Chi-Town said to Mel, I felt every word from Mel. Woo, I'm emotional now. We're all emotional. And you know what? Sometimes I'm glad that we're able to have a mixture of conversations here, right? Because it's about us too, just being aware, getting an understanding, and us right here coming together as a community and saying, you know what, I just, and somebody may say something every now and then, and it's like, oh wow, it's a gem, right? And the gem is that Mel said, we cannot let fear stop us. Don't move in fear. We got to keep moving, keep going, keep loving. Why? Because a breakthrough is near. So I appreciate everybody's thoughts on that particular topic and conversation. We're going to move the train into the next topic here. And I'm in my feelings a little bit. Now, I always say over here, grown people need to get a job and find their way. But listen, if my grown adult and my grandkids, falling down on hard times, I'm going to step in. I'm going to give them a little lecture, because sometimes you got to let people know, like, you played off like it ain't going to be that easy. Okay, you got to let the people know it ain't going to be that easy, but I'm going to let you in. I'm not going to have the kids. If I got the money, they over there in the RV, and I'm Candy Spelling, and my husband was Aaron Spelling. He did a whole bunch of shows on TV. Don't do that, Candy. So let me just share this screen right now. Now, Tori Spelling, she just never had it easy, even though she came from money. Okay? Her easiest time probably was her childhood. So Tori Spelling and her kids now living in an RV on a campground after moving out of a cheap motel. Come on now, where's their grandma? Come on, grandma, don't do this to them. Tori Spelling and her 5 kids are now living in an RV after their home became infested with black mold. The Beverly Hills 90210 star recently moved her children, Liam 16, Stella 15, Hattie 11, Finn 10, and Blue 6, into a mobile home on campgrounds in Ventura County, California, following their brief stint in a nearby hotel. In photos obtained by the Daily Mail, the family can be seen sitting outside in a circle of lawn chairs while watching their sunset over the Pacific Ocean. The group was fully equipped for the night with a cooler, a stove, a pop-up table, and a massive rug to keep down the dust. Okay? Spelling, who wore shorts and a green sweatshirt, passed out some snacks to her kids before hanging some clothes up to dry outside. Why is a Spelling living like this? Soon after, the actress went inside the sleeper van to start preparing for dinner for the kids, who were approached by a California Parks deputy after they seemingly got too close to the cliffside. Despite the situation, the kids seemed to be in great spirits as they continued to explore their beachside setup. At one point in the night, Spelling even joined her kids for a stroll down the beach as they made their way down a rocky path. Now, why is she in the RV? Why? Where's mama? This girl comes from money. This is not fair. Her and her husband are divorcing. This is awful. Come on now, Chi-Town. This is awful. These poor children. Where's their father? They're divorcing. Okay. But where's Candy? That mama got money. Robin, what are your thoughts? Yeah, at least get the grandkids. Let the grandkids stay with you.
Well, I'm excited to speak about this only because I saw Candy Spelling on Jeff Lewis Live less than 3 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago.
Okay,
and they talked about
tell us what happened.
Okay, so let's start with this whole concept that people are saying that Aaron Spelling was so rich, but he left the Tori and her brother out of the will. Not true. They each received $800,000. Now, what people fail to understand or really embrace is that it was the husband died, so the money goes to the wife. Then when she goes, then it goes to the kids. That's just how that rolls out. Now, she said, and Jeff Lewis also was able to confirm this because they recently had a birthday party. Candy threw a birthday party for Tori, and they're on really good terms, actually. The rift that we saw had to do with her husband that Candy is not fond of at all, and she found him to be a bad influence. Tori is welcome in her home. This is a choice that she has made. She's not just, no, she's made the choice to do this. Her mother has said, and I saw it and heard it with my own eyes and ears, that she helps, she helps, and she's available to help. If she doesn't give herself, her daughter can always ask her. The only issue that she really has is that the rift that they did experience had everything to do with the husband. So, and yeah, her house and Tori's home did have the black molds. They did have to leave, and one of the kids even I had to go to the emergency room a couple of times, and I know that because she was supposed to be on the show with Jeff Lewis, but she couldn't because they had gone to the emergency room. So that's why she's there, because she wants to be.
So you believe Mama Candy?
100%.
Okay. In my opinion, your thoughts?
I think she trolling us, and I ain't gonna get no comment on that.
Okay.
What opinion said?
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Leo, what are your thoughts? And did I miss you with the other story?
Huh?
Did I miss you with the other story?
Yep. Yes, but it's okay. It's okay. No feelings on the train. No feelings on the train, hon.
Because the thing keeps circling and circling. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right.
For real. Okay. So I really have no issues with this. I really have no feelings. These people, rich people, can solve their problems if somebody would give and take. So whatever Tori doing, the mama don't like the man, whatever. Pass me. I'm good. Thanks.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm concerned that she's in this RV with the kids and her mama got all this money.
But she chose that. She chose that man. You know what? A lot of times with mother and daughter, they have a very strenuous relationship, those particular two. And she not giving what that mama is wanting. And so therefore she getting ready to be in the RV. It's a nice RV. It's a nice RV. They ain't living on the street. They ain't digging out garbage pails or dumpsters. I mean, I think that Tori is probably raising some well-rounded children that aren't as spoiled as she was as she came up. I think that she has made her decision and she's standing 10 toes in it all the way to the RV. So it is what it is.
Okay. Now I do know, I will say this. I know that man, I believe he was married when she got with him. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a little story behind that too.
He trash. Now he trash. He was married. Yeah, they were both married, I do believe.
Yeah,
it's
messy.
Yeah, and they made it and they living in it. So I respect it. I think that the mama should step in, but you can't make grown people do nothing.
Yeah. Woo, somebody said there was a dark side to Tori mom and dad. Yeah, I believe that too, Melody. Thank you for that. Yes. Do you want to make a comment on the previous story, Leo?
No, everybody said everything, especially Adele. I was in here clapping when Adele was talking. Yeah, she said everything I had to say. I'm good, Diva.
All right,
baby. I know
you are. Mel, what do you think about Tori? Should Candy go get the grandkids and Tori from this RV?
No, I agree with the ladies. I think that Tori is trolling us. I think that Tori is mad that when her father died, he didn't leave her millions and millions of dollars. Now he used nepotism to give her, with her no acting self on the, 90210 show, she wasn't a good actress, so she shouldn't have been up there. So I think that, you know what? Her mother is like, listen, this is Mommy Dearest, part 2. She's Joan Crawford. I think that maybe Tori's waiting for her mother to, kick the bucket so she get that millions, but I think she'll be surprised. It won't be no money there, just like in that movie. I think that, her husband's a hot mess. He was a cheater. He always had these sort of fake business ideas, never worked out. So, yeah, I think that they made their bed and have to lay in it, and they have access. So they should not be having all these issues. They should be able to get some kind of home for their kids or something. So I think that the mother knows that she wants some money. She wants a couple of $1 million. and she's being stubborn and not giving it to her. It's giving me a little bit of Paris and Kathy a little bit too, because they had those issues, and so this is they in Beverly Hills, they blonde, they have history, they have a lot of trauma and a lot of all that stuff going on. I've watched a lot of documentaries about these ladies, so yeah, that's Tori just doing the next move and they feud basically.
All right, Adele, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what other people said, because like I heard before, they were both married, and I think he's one of the type that he goes looking for the next person even when he's in a relationship, because going out on their marriage as well. And it's like he's not a person, well, based on what I've seen, it doesn't seem to be that person where I'm with someone and I'm committed, I'm not looking anywhere else. So it keeps on happening over and over, where I think she committed to him and she really loved him and went against what her parents' wishes were, and because the other person, I believe the parents agreed with, it was people that they all knew in their circle. And I think what the part that we're missing with her mom, I think she's not giving her all the extra money because they knew that he was an opportunist. And her, if you choose him, then you're going to do everything on your own. It doesn't mean that she's not going to get the inheritance at the end of the day. But for now, whatever, you have, and you're just going to have to figure it out. But she's had so many projects, 90210 and all of other stuff. She could be a person that still has a lot of money. Even with a reboot that wasn't too long ago, he was working. I think there's some mismanagement there when it comes to money too with them, because it kept on happening over and over, and they had millions of dollars that went through their hands. So I don't know. It's almost like whoever said they're trolling is that idea. Let me bring attention to it so that I can be rescued, kind of a thing. And I don't, which is kind of sad. It's kind of sad. And I think her mom is a tough cookie that says, you know what? I'm going to do everything for the grandkids. I'm going to help you if you need help, but I'm not giving you anything extra that you as an adult with a husband and all of those things should be able to handle on your own.
No, I get it. I can get with that. I can get with that. Jamie said, Mel, you are right. My brother 60 years ago at 5, we knew he was gay. During that time, you cannot say anything. I'm younger, but protected my brother. A rock was thrown at his head. So sad. Jamie, that is very sad. And thank you for sharing your story. Truly appreciate it. Nikki, what do you think? Tori is in the RV with the 5 kids.
Oh, Jesus Lord. I don't know. I just feel like, on one hand, I just feel like this is rich people problem. But I think there has to be, I know, here goes my therapy hat. It feels like to me, I don't know how anyone can, let me say this. I don't know of anything that Tori has done that we publicly know that would cause a mother to be so, I don't know what the right word is. It's just like, I don't know. It's like there's something disconnected there. And it feels like one of those situations where it's like, you know how this usually, I would say, happens the opposite way, but it's sort of like the dad gets mad at the mom when they have their first baby because like he's jealous because like, oh, she's giving all her attention to the baby or whatever. It feels like that the mom was somehow jealous of her daughter at some point, because I'm like, y'all share a hurt, pain, whatever you want to call it, because you lost your husband, she lost her father. It just seems like to me on some level that would bring out a little bit closer, although I know that sometimes will separate and have the opposite effect. But that being said, I'm just like, and I say this all the time, I'm not a parent. I don't know what a child could do outside of trying to physically harm you in some way. And that's why I say I don't know of anything publicly that Tori has done. I don't understand why. I'm not saying she needs to fork over, $100 million to her or anything like that. But I just don't understand what this person has done. Your daughter, you birthed her out. What she's done to you that would say to you, I'm not going to just at least buy you a certain house, make sure that the grandkids are good. I don't believe in just giving people money and then they could just freely do whatever they want. That's not, I just don't believe in that per se. But you have an excessive amount of wealth. Like it's over 300 million from my understanding last time I checked, I feel like, or maybe at least 200 million. So even if you gave her 20 million and she decided to go, be silly with it and buy Bentleys or whatever, that type of stuff, then that's on you. You're a whole grown person, you got 5 kids or however many she has at this point. That's on you. I don't feel away. Now I'll make sure the grandkids still have like a trust or something like that. But I don't feel away when I put you in a position to go and, build something for yourself. So I just always am wondering, like, what the hell happened in y'all's relationship that you hate your daughter that much? Because that's what it feels like to me. Because it's one thing to be like a normal person, and let's say we have, I have a trust that my child has maybe $40,000 in it or something like that, and you mess that off, mama ain't got another trust for you. But you could give her 40 trust and still be good. So I just don't understand what you could have possibly done where you would where she would need to stay in a trailer or whatever it is you said that they're staying in. But then last thing, hasn't Tori had like 5 or 6 shows, like reality shows?
She
And
had
so
a
I'm
lot
just
of
still kind of
opportunity.
like, what are you doing with your money at this point? Because I think Tori is older than me and I'm 42. So
And
I think she's like 10 years older than me or something. So I don't know.
tell her out quite a few times.
Tori is 50. Tori is 50.
Okay, so she's 8 years older than me. So
Yes.
I'm like, girl, what you doing with your life for real? And then plus you got kids at the end of the day, regardless of however you decide that you don't want to do for whatever with your life, you got children and they watching you. At the end of the day, you're their first role model, the mom and the dad or the parents or whatever. So I don't understand that part on her as a whole grown person. I don't feel bad for her as a grown person. I do feel bad for her as the daughter of whoever. That I do, because I'm just like,
Well,
girl, what is happening?
Melanie seems to have a lot of insight into this because she said Tori Spelling and Kathy Hilton, aka Mommy Dearest, is
Stop
2
it.
peas in a pod. But you know what, though? I'm gonna be honest with you. I have heard that. I feel like Tori is playing in our face because she wants this money, and I think Tori had failed to launch because she really felt like when her dad died, she should have almost hit the lotto. And I think she always felt some type of way about that. And I know a lot of people saying that $800,000 is a lot of cash. It may be for us, but in her world, that's nothing. That's pennies, right? When your dad was Aaron Spelling, when you grew up in a $165 million mansion, I believe they said it was, to get $800,000 when your dad goes, it's like a penny. It's like a drop in the bucket.
It
So
feels like, what did the mom do? Because I just don't feel like, I feel like Aaron, the dad, and Tori had a really good daddy-daughter relationship. I just do feel like that.
Well, he
And
wrote
so
the
it's
will, though.
bothers.
He wrote the will, though, Nikki.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like there's something afoot with that. I've always felt that way because I'm like, why does the dad, and you have a different relationship with your husband than your child does, or whatever the case may be. But he gives you 800,000 and he gives her 200 million. That's just a very big disparity to me. And I'm like, she's a child or a young adult at the time.
The brother got 800,000 too. But let me slide over to Sebastian.
Okay.
Sebastian, what are your thoughts?
Tori needs help. She needs psychological help, financial help, and a lot of other things in help. I remember the last time I heard about Tori was on the Wendy Williams show when Wendy Williams was up and running, and she was talking about how Tori said she's still sleeping with her 14-year-old son under her belly. Okay? So Tori needs help. Tori needs help.
Well,
did you hear me?
All right. Lorraine is giving us a little more insight. I thought the father wrote in the 800K, but Lorraine is saying her father had 500 million when he died, and the mother gave her 800K. That mother,
that's what I was saying.
I thought the dad wrote that in the will, to be honest with you, Nikki. I didn't know that the mother just decided how much she was going to divvy out.
I think he gave her the money. I think he left it to the wife, but I don't think he ever thought his wife would be doing this with the money. I don't, because it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. That's our child.
The mother's a beast then. I really thought that's how he wrote the will. Well, the mother is a beast. Dustin, what are your thoughts?
Eva?
Yes, I can hear you.
My thoughts are this: she really needs help. Now, come on, why would you if you was married to somebody or somebody died? Why would you do that to somebody and just start writing out all these big checks? Well, how are you gonna live?
Yeah, it's not a good look for that mother. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, go ahead.
I know that he had a lot of money and stuff, but how's she gonna live on? How would she live like that, knowing that she did that? Oh, I wouldn't be able to do that, Diva.
Yeah, me either. Me either. Irene said she just can't manage her life, much less her money, and I agree. So I don't think that Candy should necessarily just put all this money in her hands. I think that she should set up, like she paid, just buy the house outright, pay the taxes, make sure everything's good, let her get an allowance maybe monthly or whatever, and let her figure out her life. This is crazy right now. It's absolutely insane. Denzel, what are your thoughts? What about Tori?
This is a hot mess. This is a hot mess. Now, is she? I want. This is a good question. Is she choosing this? Do she even have money? What is she doing with her money?
I don't know if there is any money right now for her per se, because she never knew, even when she was having all of those shows back in the day. I think at one time her husband had a show. She had a lot of different opportunities, but you know what? We know from Ken Zosiak, if you don't know how to manage money, you just don't know how to manage money.
Right. And she, you know what? She needs to go. I don't know. She needs to go to these money classes, whatever, to or get somebody to help her manage money right, because it seems like she got a money. It seems like she got a spending problem. I don't know.
Maybe she's learning now that she's in the RV living off the land.
Off the land, exactly. That's it.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. So all right, guys. So yes, go ahead, Adele.
Okay, yeah. I used to watch. You remember you had the Tori and Dean show?
Yes.
I watched a few of the. I believe I think the mom knew her daughter, and I think she had some indication in her about him as well. And I'm not saying like I don't think even if I felt that, I'd probably do what you just said about the house and all of those stuff. But I think she wanted her to grow up and learn the responsibility with money. And like other people said, she has rescued her quite a few times already with paying things. But I think she's probably waiting to see her step up and be responsible. The unfortunate thing is, since she's moved out and had so much money that she's gained herself, she's earned a lot of money. I don't think she learned how to do it yet. So when she gets to get that half of that $300 and something million, she will actually know what to do, because it's going to be a generational thing. She's going to have to teach the next generation. I think sometimes we don't think about that. Money can ruin you. A lack of money can ruin you, but a lot of money can ruin you as well. So when she gets that seat, she's going to have to learn, how do I preserve this for my children? Because if she has 100 and something million and she doesn't take care of it, all of it will be gone. And
that's the problem. If Candy, we're gonna see if Candy actually leaves it to Tori, and hopefully
they will.
What if she buys it for Candy?
Hold on one second, guys. We don't know if she actually will. There's a lot of billionaires that feel their kids need to make their own way, and they don't even leave their money to their
Anderson
kids.
Cooper's mother did that.
She's gonna leave it to the
Come
dogs.
on now, Gloria Vanderbilt, right? Yeah. So wait, let me just say this too. Hopefully, though, she sets up some type of trust funds for the grandchildren. But I'm feeling like if you're not helping your child now, I don't know.
See, this is the thing that people keep on saying. She's helping her, but she's helping her in a way that is not traditional. No. She is show her responsibility. She pays off debt so many times, and on top of it, they can I can't remember who said it. They have a relationship. She has a relationship with her grandkids, not as close as most, but at the same time, I think they've been waiting for her to actually learn how to manage money. And
but if she's 50, you already know she hasn't learned and she's not going to learn.
She has
to
them.
this person. Listen, I have to just be. Let's be clear. If what's her name, Candy? Candy,
Yeah,
what has Candy worked to amass this millions, 500 million? She didn't put in no work.
she
She
and her husband.
married someone. So all I'm saying is this: if we turn the tables around and her daughter had the 300 million, what would we be saying about her daughter? Oh, you're gonna let your mama sit in a trailer and whatnot? No. If you took all of those millions of dollars from Candy right now and said, just go figure it out, people would think that Tori is crazy. That's your mama. And I'm not saying that she should be entitled. I'm not even saying that she owes her anything. I'm just saying, who are you to sit there with the purse strings when it's our father and your husband who amassed this money? So why do you feel like you get to be the little like puppeteer? That's the part that because I think if you took all of that money and wealth away from her, she's not going to go out there and get a job. She's not about to do that. And she's going to expect to live at the same, what do they always say when they get divorced? I want to live at the same life that I'm accustomed to. That's what Tori is accustomed to on some level. But I just don't think she's going to change. She's 50.
Hold on, guys, because I got to move on to the
sorry.
next story. No, you're fine. I mean, listen, I hope this goes out well, but I'm getting the strong feeling that she's not going to hook this girl up in her afterlife. I don't think she's going to give her any really a massive amount of this money.
Can I say something real quick?
Hold on, guys. Go ahead, Mel.
I was going to say the only thing that I think Candy going to give Tori is probably a note when she goes is say, you know what, it was nice, I love you, and so long, good luck. I don't think it's going to be any millions, whatever. I also think, I think that I think that y'all made some good points. I was trying to remember when the father died. I believe Tori was married to Dean, and I think that probably was the reason why she didn't want to give her all that money.
Right.
But I just think that at the end of the day, I think that Tori and Candy, because Tori wrote a book about her mother, and that was an issue between them. I remember I read that book. They have a really toxic relationship. It's just the end of the day they do. But I do think there was rumors that Candy do spoil her grandchildren, and she do pay for the medical bills because her children have been very sick. So she pays a lot of the medical bills and stuff like that. But when it comes to cars and trips and houses, she don't do anything with that. But when it comes to the grandchildren, she do pay for the medical bills. I've heard that part.
Good.
Woo, all
Maybe
right,
she
guys.
have a heart. I don't know.
Well, that's Tori. Well, we're going to move on to the next story. And the next story is it was a vegan influencer. And she was extreme. She was an extremist. And she didn't drink water in 6 years. Somebody needs to mute because I'm hearing a background.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Let me just share a screen because this story is insane. Her friends were scared for her before she actually passed. Her mother was scared for her. And now she's gone. So vegan influencer, Zahana, is that how you say it? I'm going to say Hannah. Shared chilling messages before suspected starvation death. Okay. So she starved herself to death. She's a vegan raw food diet influencer. Okay. She shared a chilling message on her Instagram just days before she allegedly died of starvation on July 21st. She said, life is meaningless, but worth living, provided you recognize it's meaningless. Okay, she was 39 and she posted it on her Instagram story 2 weeks ago. The caption floats over a photo of the blue-eyed beauty who generated 27.6 million views on TikTok. Okay, and on TikTok, this was her name there. I don't want to botch her name up again. Making a shocking face with a filter added, sideways baseball cap, and her head and sunglasses to her face. Now, aside from her saved stories, she had not posted on her Instagram or Facebook in 7 weeks. And her TikTok has been inactive for a year and 5 months. Despite her lack of content creation, the self-proclaimed raw food chef maintained thousands of followers on various social media platforms. That's how tiny she got down to when she last showed her face, okay? The Russian's national accounts have been filled with condolences since the news of her death broke and local media outlets. The food influencer reportedly died of starvation and exhaustion after, staying exclusively to an exotic fruit diet while she was in Malaysia, right? And her friends and family, they knew about this. They was trying to help her. They were saying, listen, girl, you got to eat. Okay. She was in the hospital a little bit a while before she actually passed. Her friends and grew a lot of concern because her body was like melting away. She was skin and bones, literally. Her mother said that her passing was some infection that she got, but people were saying that no, this chick was too tiny and wasn't eating, and then she did not drink water in 6 years. Okay. That's her, some of her better days. Then they're telling you the problem with when you don't eat enough of the proper foods. And they're saying also that if you're going to do a vegan diet, you have to make sure that I just want to show you this other picture of her. You have to make sure that you eat properly. Look at, she was skin and bones. She was.
Hey, nurses and nurse aides, the Gay Lab changes everything.
Okay,
by connecting you with your ideal shifts right at your fingertips. You set your schedule so you never have to miss out on life's important moments.
I gotta stop because now I'm gonna get dinged for that darn thing.
Them ads.
Them darn ads, and I couldn't stop it.
Diva, stop being geriatric and figure these things out.
Sebastian.
Sebastian, stop it. Okay. So wait, I want to show you again really quickly. I think I stopped it finally. I just want to show you. Let me share screen, and because this girl is like super tiny. Do you see this? She would literally just eat fruit, and like it was just crazy. Look how tiny.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. And those are actually some of her better days because she got down to the point where she just look at she was skin and bones. And it's a shame. Absolutely gorgeous. Skin and bones.
She was not doing it correctly.
She was not. But you know what? But the problem is too, a lot of people end up following these influencers and they go on vegan and raw and this and that. But you got to know what you're doing so you have the right vitamins and nutrition and you're not starving yourself. But she literally, I'm trying to find exactly where the wording is. She didn't drink water in 6 years. Her friend said she looked horrific towards the end.
My simple mono lunch today: avocado, celery, kefir, creamy avocado.
Yeah, she would eat avocado and tomatoes for lunch.
Mono lunch. No salt, no oil, no nuts.
No oil, no nut.
And she's looking like a granny. And she a young woman looking like a granny.
And there's some look. And then you have these people that follow these people and they're thinking like this is okay. Yeah, the body needs water for sure. Yeah. Okay, Diva, my friend is currently on this diet but drinks water. Well, praise the Lord that they drink water. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta get and listen, I drink a slab of water a week, just me. I mean, come on now. She looked anorexic. I feel so bad. And the mom, I feel very bad for her mom because her mom and had to tell people, can you please stop saying terrible things about her online because she's already gone. Because some people were saying my condolences and some people were really getting it in because she pretty much starved herself to death. And she was only 39. Only 39. All right. Who wants to comment on this particular topic?
I do.
Go ahead.
I do.
Okay, I'll just go around. In my opinion, anything to say?
Yes. Let me tell you something. When you're trying to change your diet and your lifestyle, first of all, everybody needs to check with their doctor first.
Yes.
That's first thing first. Check with your doctor because everybody can't go on the same diets. Okay. Your body needs certain nutrients, certain proteins, whatever. And if you're going to be a raw vegan, then supplement your diet. Okay. Because you cannot live in this world without certain things. Okay. Your body needs protein. So whether you got to get a protein shake, whether you got to go out there and buy some more vitamins, whatever it takes, but you need to check with your doctor first. And let me tell everybody, please drink you some water. If you're not drinking some water on a daily basis, even if you don't like it, get you some water, add your little lemon to it. It is wonderful. And it does amazing for the skin and the body and everything. So let me tell y'all something. While y'all out here dieting this stream, it's not going to make you lose weight any better. It's going to make your heart weaker. So please don't go these extreme routes. Don't go get on no Ozempic. Don't do none of this stupid stuff that you see these people doing. If you want to lose the weight and lose it fast, talk to your doctor first. And they have a dietitian there that will tell you based on your body what you need to do for your body.
Absolutely correct. She was on this vegan diet because she felt like, with the vegan diet, she felt like she was looking younger. She was avoiding heart disease, diabetes, and all of this other stuff. I mean, but she wasn't even with the vegan diet. Your lunch is some avocado and tomatoes. Whew. Leo, what are your thoughts?
Well, raw vegans only eat stuff that's uncooked. So, but I'm just saying everybody body can't handle that.
But lunch still can only be avocado and tomatoes. You can still add some other raw stuff to it.
Yeah, you can, but I'm telling you, some people they taking it to the extreme. But that's what I say. That's why you need to check with your doctor because you're not a dietitian and you don't know what your body needs. Certain people bodies can't take just living off the raw vegan diet. So you need to check with your doctor because that's what they're there for.
Yeah. Leo, your thoughts?
It's sad. It's sad. Outside of the diet itself, she had a mental issue. She was clinically anorexic.
Yeah.
She really was because she starved herself to death.
Yeah.
And she didn't see what I saw on the screen. I saw that she was starving.
Yeah.
She saw that she needed to lose more weight and need to eat less, all the way down to the tomato and the avocado. So I don't. It's just sad. Condolences to her family. I think that people, not everyone has a good relationship with food. I personally have a terrible relationship with food. She obviously had a terrible relationship with food, and it's not just about. I'm sure her doctor told her she needed to eat. I'm quite sure she was in the hospital on a meal drip into her stomach to try to give her some nutrients. She herself thought that she was doing the right thing for her.
She did. Everything is funny. You hit the nail on the head, and everything you said, I read in other articles, right? So leading up to her passing, she went to the hospital several times. She could barely walk upstairs. About 7 days before that, she left the hospital. Like you said, there was more going on with her versus just this, vegan raw diet, right? Give me a minute, Nikki. Sebastian, any thoughts on this?
Actually, I'm going to say this. My grandmother was a raw vegan for 5 years of her life.
Okay.
She did it completely fine. The only main reason why she did it was due to the C word.
Okay, got you.
She did it for the C word.
Uh-huh.
And she would do it smartly, though. She would drink water. She would drink soursop. She even used to take sea moss. She used to do all of those things, and she lost 100 pounds within like 7 months after doing it.
Right.
But it's not that. This woman was not doing it correctly. This was not a raw vegan diet. This was a starvation diet.
Yeah.
You need water to survive.
Yeah.
Isn't like our body, 97% of our body is made up of water alone.
Yeah.
We need it to survive.
Yeah.
Robin asked what is sea moss? I meant sea moss. Sea moss. Raw sea moss is from the ocean. It has like a lot of minerals. You guys know Lisa Lopez?
Yeah.
Lisa Left Eye Lopez. She was on a fast and she only took sea moss for most of her life. Yeah. I'm actually thinking of going on that diet because my cholesterol levels are so high.
Sebastian,
you ain't got to go that far to do it. I'm telling you.
I'm doing it.
Hold on. Nikki, go ahead, Nikki.
Okay, so I have a few things to say. Anorexia is a mental disorder. So let's just be very clear about it. And it's less about someone's weight. It is about their preoccupation with what they look like, right? So some other people have what is called like body dysmorphia, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but it's a preoccupation with what you look like. You could look a certain way in the mirror and to the world, but to you, you're not.
Yeah,
Whatever the mirror
I don't want
represents
to
is
get too
not
far.
real. So
Like, I don't
no,
want
I
to
know,
get
I
too
know. I
far.
just wanted people to
Yeah.
know that it isn't about. It's not like when you have a mental disorder, it's not like a choice for them, for that person. She's not saying to her, it's not about her being uninformed or stupid or making dumb decisions or any of those things. That's what I want to be clear about. It isn't for
No,
them a
I
psychological
just
choice.
want to add this, Nikki. No,
Okay.
I think all she's saying is that this woman possibly had more going on than the fact
100%.
that she wanted to be on this vegan raw
I agree
diet.
with that.
So that's
I agree
what
with that.
pretty much saying. So this woman didn't identify as any of that. She identified as a vegan raw
Right.
food influencer. And
Right.
then
And I just want to
took it to the extreme. But go ahead.
I just want to add that part because I just want people to know that it isn't about it's something going on here. It's not about the food. But the second thing is my husband's a vegan. I used to be vegan, and unfortunately, we lost my mom to the same thing that Sebastian was talking about, and she did the same thing with changing her whole diet and everything. But the C got her either way. But I just want to be very clear about, because I've been vegan too. It's one of those things that we were all vegans before somebody figured out how to store meat. Right? Before we figured that out, all humans were vegan. So it's not the bad thing. What I would say is to look out for is a lot of vegan products. If you start getting into it, you'll realize it's very highly processed anyway. So I'm like, if you got to highly process it to the point to where it's unhealthy anyways, you might as well just eat the chicken. That's just how I feel. I'm like, I don't know if you've added so much other crap to it, you might as well just eat the chicken. I don't know if I'm not sure if that was
I'm here. I was just
okay.
showing you her doing her vegan thing.
I think don't get caught up on the vegan part, because I just don't think it's about that. I think it's about, this lady has a mental disorder, in my opinion, from what you showed me. And the vegan part just became probably what she said she was doing. And the last thing I'll say is about the dietitian. The dietitian idea is great and is much, in my opinion, much better than going to a doctor, because doctors practice medicine. A dietitian practices how food can save your life and how food can make you better, as opposed to taking a pill. So although I know, in my opinion, saying go to your doctor, I'm not saying don't go to your doctor, but I'm saying if you're trying to do something to get healthier with food, there is a million different things out there that you don't have to put a pill in your body to get the results that you're desiring or hoping for. But I want to say this too. I think this is very unfortunate and very sad. And there is a large portion of the population that are shamed. Like that one lady that's on that what's the Housewives show that she says she's bulimic or something. The Asian lady, I forget her name, Crystal.
Oh, Crystal.
It's a very tough thing to overcome. So that's all I'm saying.
And first of all, I said check with your doctor, because your doctor can refer you to a dietitian if you need one. But you need to check with your doctor, because certain type of people can't handle certain things. Like when I was changing my diet, I had to check with my doctor, and I found out actually if I went vegan, I would have to take so many pills to supplement for that, because of my body makeup and because of the conditions that I suffer with. That I would have took so much medication, it wouldn't have been worth it.
Also,
okay, so hold on, guys, because I want to add something to the conversation. I cannot pronounce your first piece of name, but I think it says Brown Liba, maybe C. You are correct. If it's processed, it's not vegan. So there's a difference between vegan and vegetarian. You have to go look, or it's a big difference between vegan and vegetarian.
No, it is, but I'm saying
that. But let me just finish. Vegetarians will still, some of them will still eat dairy products, where vegans will definitely not, right? Correct. So I'm just saying there's several versions of these different diets. And just like us eating regular food, there's a right way to eat regular food, for lack of a better word. There's a right way to be a vegetarian. There's a right way to be a vegan. And if you do any one of those the right way, you're going to get the nutrients that you need and you will survive. So there are vegans out there that have been vegans for life. They look amazing. They do amazing. They eat enough food, and they're not extremists and not drinking water, right? So I don't want to sit here and say it doesn't matter what particular diet you follow, you still got to follow it correctly to get the right nutrients, right? And then so when people want to say, well, it's better to eat this versus that, it's not really about that. It's about, you know what, no matter if you eat meat or you eat Beyond Meat or whatever you're trying to eat that resembles meat, when you look up those particular things, right? Because now the unfortunate thing is when it comes to food, long time ago, everything was from farm to plate for the most part. Now everything is from process to plate. Okay. Even the darn fruit has so much pesticides on it. You got to wash it off so well so you won't be contaminated. And then there's a whole nother cycle that I don't have time to go into where they're pumping these animals with antibiotics. And that impacts when you get sick because your body is so used to the freaking antibiotics, but you don't even freaking know that. But and so now when you come to the hospital and you get sick, we got to give you triple antibiotics. So I will at the very least say this, that the more from the ground food that you can have is going to be the better for you, point blank, period. But I'm also saying this particular individual, unfortunately, may she rest in peace, she was at the extreme. She went extreme. And I think which did not help her journey of being a raw vegan was the fact that she also became an influencer, and fame is the devil.
Yes, it is.
Fame is the devil, because then people start doing anything to keep up those likes and whatever. Now you went from eating the right enough of vegan products to you dropping down to 2 pieces of fruit and no water. Okay.
Deep,
and
can you say something real quickly?
Yes, you can. Give me a minute. You are correct. You are correct. Tabitha Brown is doing the darn thing, and she's vegetarian though. She's not vegan. She's vegetarian.
That kitchen lady, chef lady? Or no, that was a hair lady, right?
Vegetarian. Yes. Okay. So, Sebastian, give me a minute because let me get through. I got 5 or whatever more people.
Sure. Take your time.
Adele, your thoughts.
I'm just gonna say God rest her soul, and I send love to her loved ones.
Yes. Amen. Facts. Mel, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say the same thing as Miss Adele said. God rest her soul. And yeah, the woman definitely looked like she had some mental struggles and issues. Yeah, that's about it. That's what I wanted to say about that. But I wanted to also say that, you know what, I have to go. But thank you for letting me come on. It was a really good conversation, very deep tonight. And I will be back, but just in a good vibes everybody on the panel.
Thank you so much, Mel. Thanks for being here.
Okay.
Dustin, what are your thoughts?
Don't stay away too long, Mel.
I just wanted to say I just want to say what I agree with Adele, and that's rest in peace to her. And that's all I'm gonna say, Diva. She never did. She should have drank more water. She should have ate more. But that's all I'm gonna say, Diva. Is rest in peace to her, and I'm gonna move on.
Thank you so much. Somebody saying Tabitha Brown is vegan. I thought she was vegetarian.
Tabitha Brown cannot.
No, she's vegan.
There's no way she eats Beyond Meat.
Yeah,
she not anymore. Tabitha is a vegan. She does a lot of mushroom burgers and meatloafs and stuff like that. She has a.
No, I'm just saying since when?
I think 2 years ago she started, and then she's got a husband on there here recently because he was eating the Beyond Meat, and she said she got tired of fixing it for him. And she told him to go ahead and go all the way vegan. So now she's doing vegan, and she just launched her own vegan products as well. They be in Target.
Okay, I do see here.
Is that the lady with the short blonde hair?
No.
She got an afro.
Black lady.
Yeah.
Tabitha Brown.
Hold on, guys. Let me just finish. Who did I miss with this particular subject? They said no, she is vegan. Okay. Who did I miss with this subject? Did I get to everybody?
I didn't go. I think Robin didn't go either.
Go ahead, Denzel.
Yeah, rest in peace to her and condolences to her family and friends. And look, people, if they want to do a diet, You know, they made sure they go to their doctor so they could get, so they could get the proper way how to do it. That's it.
Thank you. You know, I can do the long way. She said, Tab said it's almost impossible to not eat processed food. The key is to limit it. She's vegan. Okay. Yeah, I think it is, unless you just go absolutely like, yeah, it's a lot. You know, and it is true, right? Everything in moderation. Everything in moderation. And I think that you will be fine. Moderation, drink your water and exercise and
And no Starbucks.
That's funny. No Starbucks. You are correct.
No
Though.
Starbucks.
You are
I'm
correct.
messing with Diva because
No, yeah, I know. I caught it. But you know what? On jokes aside, Nikki, you are correct, because a lot of that stuff on the menu, it all it is a ton of sugar.
Yep.
It really is. It's a ton of sugar.
And process.
Yeah, and I have
good,
myself off for the most part. That's all I can say. The most part. All right, guys. We're going. Oh, hey, Wayne. Wayne's in the building. Wayne's in the building. Hey, Wayne.
Hey, Wayne.
All right. So, guys, we're going to end with our last story.
Wait, I had to say something real quick about this vegan thing.
Go ahead.
Okay, y'all need to eat your beans,
Yes.
your nuts. You have to eat them. They have nuts and beans. Those plants have a lot of protein in them that you do need. You need that protein.
And iron.
And iron, yes. You need them.
Yes. Okay, so they said she's been vegan for 4 years. Okay. All right, because I know when I first started following her, she was vegetarian. She wasn't vegan, but
Okay.
Robin, did you get to speak?
Wayne, is that you with all that noise?
Really quickly,
No, that's not me because my mic was off.
Go ahead, Robin.
I just hope people that will be more discerning and consider when they follow people, especially people who are extremists, and understand whether or not they are credentialed in whatever it is that they're presenting or spewing. And lastly, my high school friend Francine used to say this: "What you eat don't make me fat." So the point is, what's good for the goose ain't good for the gander. And you really have to tailor things to yourself. And I take heed to everything everyone said about really taking control of yourself, speaking with your medical professionals, if that's who you have relationships with. Unless I'm ready to move on to the next topic.
All right. All right, we're going to move on to this next topic.
It's giving me
y'all
a
don't
headache
give me no
already.
headache now, y'all. Don't give me no headache now, y'all. This is Lizzo.
Oh, child.
We touched on this story yesterday. It was in the early stages, right? It was in the early stages, and since the early stages, they said where there's smoke, there's fire. Everybody's been coming out the woodworks, pretty much collaborating with the 3 people that are suing has said, right? So pretty much to summarize it really quick. I know. Oh, good God. Oh, no, Lizzo. You said it. Oh, no, Lizzo. That's how we closing out this night, Lizzo. Lizzo, body positive Lizzo. Lizzo that, wanted to shame us, shame the public. How dare y'all talk about me and my weight? I'm sick of y'all. It's not right. It's not fair. The big girls should be able to wear what they want to. And we didn't disagree with Lizzo. But whoa. Now, Lizzo, you calling your dancers big girls? You bringing your dancers to allegedly to the red light district and making them, do things they don't want to do? You screaming in their faces? You ready to punch them in the face? You got this crazy, allegedly, coordinator who wants to put on them Jesus, and thump the Bible over their head. You're preaching God, but then you want to go to the red light districts and spread it wide and drop it low?
Oh.
Lizzo, here's the thing. Y'all know me. I know a lot of people. They like to reserve their comment until later. I don't need later. Just like I told y'all up front that Carly Russell was a lie.
Oh, Lord.
And ain't nobody kidnapped her, and there was no baby on the highway before that police chief came out and said it. I told you she was a hot mess. I'm going to tell you now, and I'll apologize later if I'm wrong, and I actually hope I'm wrong. But Lizzo's a hot mess. And it's about to go down. Okay? And many people are having this debate as to, why. You know what? It hurts my heart sometimes. Why we victim blame, right? It's like, well, why did they do it? Why didn't they leave? Why didn't they this? No, darn the why. Darn the why. Why did you have me in this situation and I'm working?
I agree.
Why do you have this woman in charge of us and she's crazy? She's promoting Jesus, 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 and she's just as nasty and crazy as the rest of them. Why do you have somebody constantly bringing up the fact that I'm a virgin? Now, I'm going to bring up a little bit of this, and we're going to talk about this because we got to get into this, and we got to stop.
You forgot something, Diva.
Yeah, go ahead. What you going to say? Go ahead.
You forgot the eating the banana out of the bottom parts.
Yeah. Lizzo's accusers, dancers feared retaliation, do what she wants or else. So she's literally she's mean. She's a mean girl.
Can I ask a question? Because I'm just confused. Is this like a part of a show or they auditioning?
No, they're on tour. Give me a minute,
okay,
Nikki.
Okay.
Lizzo makes it clear her backup dancers will face repercussions if they don't do what she asks, even if that means getting freaky at a live sex show. At least that's what two of the women suing her are claiming. The singer's former backup dancers, Ariana Davis and Crystal Williams, joined us Wednesday on TMZ Live and told us about their experiences working under Lizzo. TMZ will definitely ding my video, so I can't play it. Go to TMZ and hear these two young ladies. They was there with their lawyers sitting in between them, okay? Ariana and Crystal accused Lizzo of coercing backup dancers to participate in new cabaret shows. And they said there's an unspoken feeling among the group of having to bend to Lizzo's demands or be fired if they don't play ball. As they allege the lawsuit, sometimes that means eating bananas out of sex performers' vajayjays in Amsterdam. And they told us dancers who went along with Lizzo's idea of fun were rewarded with lavish private jet trips to tropical islands, okay? On the flip side, they claim dancers who don't feel comfortable doing everything Lizzo wanted will be threatened with termination. As they were no longer working with Lizzo, Crystal says she was accused of drinking before performances, and Ariana claims Lizzo body shamed her for gaining weight, and she claims Lizzo used an admission of an eating disorder to justify firing her. Lizzo's a hot mess, and there's plenty of people that came out to corroborate these ladies' stories, okay? Former employees. And they said, Beyonce mother tried to back down and said, no, Beyonce, she tried to act like we put 2110. Today, because there's a song that Beyonce sang and Lizzo's name was in it. She ain't say Lizzo's name today. Beyonce mother was like, please stop. No. Wait, what happened? Oh my God. Breaking news. Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears was hit with another lawsuit. You know why? This Lizzo story is bringing everybody out the woodworks. Oh my God. I cannot. This is too much. This is too much. Somebody said take her flute away 2023. We're going to go around. We're closing out with this story because I cannot. This is too much. This is too much. I'm going to start at the bottom this time. Denzel, what do you think about this Lizzo situation?
Diva, this is a hot mess. Lizzo.
Mm-hmm.
We were some of us, we were rooting for you, Lizzo.
We was.
When people was making fun of you about your weight, and now, girl, now you doing the same thing, allegedly. And allegedly, you telling them to do sexual things. Lizzo, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I was a fan of hers. but now I'm done with her. I'm done with her, and I'm giving her the side eye. Like Lizzo, like come on, really, really? You was crying about people making fun of you, and you doing the same thing, and you telling them to do sexual things allegedly. Girl, bye, diva. That's it. I'm done.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Wayne, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts is that I like Lizzo, and I can't even allegedly crucify this woman just based on what people are saying. Kevin Spacey, was it Kevin Spacey or Kate, whatever? He was alleged, he was accused by, I think, 19 guys or 19 people, and he got off. I'm not saying it was true or not, but I'm saying, according to the law, it wasn't true. So I can't crucify this woman because, I'm like this. If I like you and your friend, you have to prove to me. It ain't going to go by hearsay, even though all these things are awful. But before I cast judgment, it got to be some kind of proof. I'm just not going to throw her out to the wolves like that. I can't just turn off like, oh, she was great. And all of a sudden, because I read something or I hear something, now I think she's this horrible person. So I'm going to save my allegedly comments for her for later. But I think it's awful if she did it. But like I say, say it ain't so.
Say it ain't so. I hear you, Wayne, and I'm glad you reserving to later. Lizzo, you hear that? Wayne is holding off. To God be the glory, but I
ain't. Shady.
If you're a friend, that's what you do.
Wayne, you better go watch Roy. You better go watch Roy's video from earlier because it's a lot more details. You better go watch Roy's video.
I know, but still, I have to just,
Wayne, do you see my comment, Wayne?
Wayne, these are court documents. Okay, you can't get nothing through the court without some proof. You better look at that video.
There's more stuff. I ain't even playing it because I ain't got time for Lizzo. Brown, thank you so much for the super chat. Great show yesterday. I have not been able to join the panel for a while due to sickness. Oh my God, I hope you feel better. I just want you to know that I love you guys and we love you back. Oh my God, thank you for the super chat.
Hey, Brown Eyes.
I appreciate
so
it.
sweet.
Thank you.
Get better.
Get better.
We love you too.
Better. Yes. Yeah. I would just say this dance instructor, whatever she want to call herself, they said she went missing before with some mental illness. This is the one that want to be the Bible thumping, preaching one. Something is not right with her, but let me see if I could play this a little bit for you. Hold on one second. Let's see if this will play.
And say, God is so, so good. God loves you so, 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 so much. No matter what you're going through, even if you don't love him, he loves you. Glory to God. I just want to remind you that he is love. He is truth. He is the light. He is the first and the last. And all things work together for those that are called according to his purpose. And I just feel so blessed. I feel so thankful. I feel so full of joy. I had such an amazing time on tour with amazing people. And I'm so excited to be home, resting with my family and my dog after an amazing experience. And yeah, I just wanted to tell everyone that God loves you and I love you and glory to God. And I hope you're smiling and you feel joy no matter where you're at or what you're going through, because I'm telling you, God loves you. Bye.
Yeah, God loves you too, honey, but you're going to go to jail.
God wants you to check in.
Go ahead and, why she ain't tell us about her fantasy when she was talking about the 10 eggplants in your face and stuff? Let me tell you something. This lady crazy.
Hold on a minute. In my opinion, let me go around. Nikki, you're up.
I always say I believe victims. That's just how I roll. But I do believe in the court system having a place, regardless if I believe the victims. Just only because usually, unfortunately, people don't report it as much as they probably should or could. And then when they do, like Diva said earlier, a lot of people shame them or want to pick them to death. if this is true, it's beyond horrific. You know, I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And like I said last night, I don't know a Lizzo song. I know of her just because of the whole body positivity, but I don't know anything about her. It's so unfortunate though, because I'm just kind of like, Jesus Christ. Like my thing too is it's asinine what's being alleged. But aside from that, again, it's just kind of like, what world are you living in that you think that with everybody having a phone, nobody's recording, nobody's taking note, like everything is being
No, wait,
watched.
hold on, Nikki. Let me add this, and I'm gonna
I'm
let you finish. No, I'm gonna let you finish. Let me add this. Someone was taking notes. So they was in fear working with her. Somebody was using their phone to record just the meeting, the words. And when they found out, allegedly, Lizzo did a shakedown of the person, locked them in the room, took their phone, looked through their phone, and did not leave this person alone until the file that they recorded was deleted.
Wow.
It was a lot going on over there. There's a whole video where this other girl from TikTok runs down all the charges, a whole lot of details. We ain't got time for it tonight. I'm hitting the gavel. Guilty as sin. And that chick talking about, oh, God loves you, God bless you, this and that. I hope you well. Girl, Charlene, they accuse you of a lot of things, Charlene, and you gonna go down if it's true.
This feels very much like what's the guy, Jeffrey Epstein, and that woman, I forget her name, she has a weird name.
I know what you got.
But it feels very much like
Elaine.
And I remember watching that before it became like worldwide news, watching the what is it called, the documentary about that. And I was so shocked. Like I wasn't shocked that the man was doing it, because that's just, it's unfortunately a norm. I was shocked that the woman was. I was just like, wow, so you are bringing these girls up. It was just a hot mess. But that's why it feels adjacent to this, because of everything everyone has said about how Lizzo's built this kind of like infrastructure about herself of body positivity, and we should accept everyone. And it's almost like you're such a sniper. If this is true, it's like you're such a sniper, because everyone, it's like those what do you call those people, the representatives, the senators, or whomever who hate gay people. Let's not have any gay laws and this, that, and the third, and then they in the restroom trying to get the gay person. Like, you know, it's just like, be your true self. You're a terrible human being if any of this is accurate or true. I'm hoping it's not, but I'm just gonna have to go with the victim until I know something different.
Yeah. So they saying this is a money grab. True, sorry, not sorry. Do y'all think? I listen. I'm not trying to convince y'all my thoughts. Y'all think that there's people that are that sick that they're going to collaborate stories on this level just to get some money? I mean,
I don't know.
I don't think so, right? Okay, so thank you, Diva. That high-pitched charade voice on the dance captain. She's guilty as gold. Come on now. Jesus love me. I'm with my dog. I had fun on the tour. No, girl, you going down. You going down, because they named some very yeah, it's disgusting. Adele?
I've thought about this since I've been listening, and I believe there's two sides to a story. We've heard there's your side, there's my side, and sometimes it's not even either one, it's something in the middle. And I believe she deserves the opportunity to say her side. And yes, we can say our opinions, but I'm going to reserve mine. But we have to be very careful of convicting people before we know both sides.
You're all are correct with that, right? And they said, why are we in a hurry to crucify Lizzo? You know, and this is not to anybody in particular. This is generic. It's funny how when stories are generic, not connected to a celebrity, we're like, oh my God, that's horrific. This person needs to go down. They should rot. And you know what? So forth and so on, right? But when it's connected to a celebrity, it's almost like there's no way they would never. Why would they never? They're a human being.
That's what some people said about Bill Cosby.
Come on
You're
now. You
100% right.
better tell us, Sebastian,
That's
tonight.
correct.
Patricia Rashad. Patricia Rashad. We're talking to you, Patricia Rashad.
It's because you know why, Diva? It's because then if I like this person and they are this way, they have this deviant mind or whatever it is, then I have to look at myself and have to internalize, well, if I like this person, what did I miss? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's always the case, but then it's like, I like this person, so now I feel away. So then your mind automatically goes to, well, maybe they didn't do it. But you're absolutely right. If you take the same scenario and put it at your child's school or you put it at your neighbor's house, you would believe it readily. You'd be like, well, I don't know. But if you attach a person everybody likes or they think is likable, people are like, I don't know, let's wait and see. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying you're right, Diva, with what you're saying, unfortunately.
Yeah. And you know, I'm not trying to shake the train and take it off the tracks, but people are 10 toes down. Am I going to say this, Sebastian? Should I say this?
Say it. Let's shake the train.
Oh my God. People
Say
are
it.
10 toes down that Michael Jackson did nothing.
He did. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he did it. He did it.
Diva, that I'm gonna say that was kind of risky because some of the children who've been to Neverland have also said they've never seen him do nothing. Some have said they've seen him do something. So that one is that's different.
All I'm gonna ask the people who say no, he didn't. Are you sending your child over there?
Okay, you know what?
We're gonna move on, Nikki. I'm just
sorry,
saying,
I didn't mean to shake the train that much. I apologize.
I know you're fine. Adele, go ahead. Go ahead, Adele.
Yeah. I am not willing to convict a person of something that I don't know for sure, and I'm also not willing to say a victim is not a victim. But there's an in between that we can stay until we figure it out. Nothing is conclusive until sometimes even after you finish with a trial, you still don't really know. But at the same time, give the opportunity for there to be some clarity to see, can I make a better decision once I see all of this stuff. When it comes to Michael Jackson, I know I'm jaded because I love Michael Jackson. But at the same time, I would like to know if there's evidence that says he did it. I'm also not going to close my eyes, but I'm not going to convict him without it. I'm sorry.
And you know what? That's okay, y'all. Y'all don't have to be crazy like me. Okay, I'm crazy like a fox. I'm just saying, I'm just joking. But listen, I say it's too much smoke right now for me. And the most heart-wrenching part for me is the story. Y'all gotta Google it. There's a ex, I want to say she was the ex choreographer, creative director. She's the ex creative director for Lizzo. She said, to be clear, I'm not part of this lawsuit. I'm not. She said, but I commend these ladies for speaking up. She said, because I received similar treatment under Lizzo. And then another dancer connected and said, you know what? Me too. And I commend these ladies. And I'm paraphrasing right now. The piece that broke my heart and solidified it, the one said to the other one, nobody knows what we've been through. I just don't see, because those two could jump on the lawsuit. They're not jumping on. All they saying is, you know what? This went down. And I commend these ladies for speaking up. Dustin, what are your thoughts? What about Lizzo?
Hey, Diva.
Hey. We can't hear you, Dustin. You still there? I'm going to come back to you, Dustin, okay? Because I'm not hearing you. I heard you say, hey, Diva, but go ahead.
Yeah. As my opinion on Lizzo is I'm going to wait and see. Yeah. I'm going to wait and see if there's any more.
Okay, thank you, Dustin. Thank you. Okay, I appreciate that. You know, Dustin, Wayne, Dustin is connecting to you. Okay, he said he gonna wait too. Okay, Lizzo, you two up now.
Adele too.
Come on now, you better keep them numbers together, Wayne. Okay, we got 3 on Lizzo. Okay.
Wayne, we remember you were waiting on Carly too. Your track record ain't tracking out for you.
Okay. In my opinion, wait, hold on, guys.
Did I get the vote?
Diva, Carly lied for no money. People have definitely lied about worse. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't disagree with y'all, right? That people lie. I'm just like, for me, for this many people to be collaborating the same story, it just doesn't feel right in my soul. It doesn't feel right in my soul. Something here is amiss. And now this I'm gonna give to Lizzo. Many people are saying she hasn't spoken. Well, she's smart to not speak, because anything you slip up and say can be used against you in a court of law. So
she's posted though.
Huh?
She's posted a picture though. She hasn't spoken, but she's posted a picture.
Well, that's fine. But what did she post?
She posted a picture of her in like some pink outfit with like, I think it was 6 shots. But the comments are ripping her, so
Yeah, but see that. But I'm saying though, like, but you can't slip up and say anything. That's a nightmare for a lawyer when they're trying to, protect you or whatever, because you don't know what you may slip up and say out of your mouth. Okay. Yeah, I see this post, okay, of her in a pink outfit. But you know what though? Did her man speak? Because she got a boyfriend now, don't she? Did a man slip up and say something like Carly's ex was running his mouth? You talking about this post is new?
Yes, it came out yesterday.
Okay. True love ain't something that you buy yourself. True love finally happens when you buy yourself. Oh, did your man leave you, boo?
Oh, it's coincidental that her man left her while this scandal's going on.
Did he leave?
Oh, did he?
I don't know.
I'm asking because she's
I
saying
didn't know
true
she
love
had
is when
any.
you buy yourself. Somebody said take that flute from her. I cannot.
They so shady.
I cannot. All right, listen. Anywho, she don't need to say nothing just yet. Where am I at? Robin,
Yeah.
did I come to you?
That's where we are.
Okay.
So I want to start by saying that I see, hear, understand, and am in line with my fellow panelists who subscribe apparently to the written theory, concept, and notion of one being innocent until proven guilty according to our system of jurisprudence.
Right.
Well, that don't always apply for all of us, but I do typically want to wait until something is adjudicated. But more importantly, if we take it out of that and we say hypothetically, if we believe the allegations that have been made, it's problematic. It's problematic for a host of reasons. But before I say why it's problematic, I'm going to say the people who have come forth recently to co-sign the alleged behavior of Lizzo and the rest of her team, if they were subject to that same behavior, I can very easily see this morphing into a class action lawsuit, which I think will be beneficial to all parties who are aggrieved. Because if it's me and you, Diva, and if I'm suing, but you and I got the same treatment, then we should both be made whole in some respect by the law, just because it happened. I'll say that. The allegations are disturbing. What's problematic to me and for me is that the stories that we're hearing now are too similar. People are telling the same story. And this is, again, very much like Harvey Weinstein. People told the same thing. And so, yeah, probably where there's smoke, there's fire. I very rarely come out on this side of things this early because I want to make the process, let it happen. But here, I'm different today than I was yesterday. Yesterday and the day before, I was like, let me just leave it alone. I'm going to wait and see what happens. But I feel more strongly today that there seems to be a lot to this story. And like a lot of people have said, the biggest problem, I think, is that, there was a blurring of the lines. No, I would not take my staff out to any place personal. Because like Shan said, Shan learned, these are your coworkers, they're not your friends.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about your boss. And we need to really teach our people that. So all of us who are here on the panel, folks in the chat, you need to look back and lift up and explain and share with the people behind you the truth of the world and life, and especially in the world of employment.
Yeah.
I promised myself I would have some brevity. So I'm going to stop myself and just say, I worry that I think that she's guilty, but I'm hopeful that she's not.
I like that statement. And Sandy, 2 cents, okay? I'm going to try to calm down. I'm going to try. But she said, Diva, that's not fair. I know sometimes I ain't right and I ain't fair, but you could check me. All right. She said, we defended non-famous folks on your show when y'all are sometimes in a hurry to convict someone way too early. So Sandy feels like, I hit the gavel too soon. But I got a little intuition, a little instinct. I hear you, Sandy, 2 cents. I'm gonna try to talk to my spirit tonight. But that's gonna be tonight, because right now I'm feeling the kind of way. But I promise you, I will. And Lorraine said too, she's connecting with Sandy. She said, no, Diva, with celebrities, we know most of the time there's a monetary gain. Y'all think everybody that
No.
come up against a celebrity wants just their money?
I can't.
Ay, ay, ay. Woo, 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 woo. Gigi Cake 77 said, rest in peace, MJ. Leave MJ alone. Okay. Leah said, I believe MJ is innocent.
But are you going to send your child over there to sit over there and hang out with MJ, though? Is my question. And if your answer is no, just saying.
Yeah. Okay. Parents should have never let their children spend the night with MJ.
That's
looking
true.
at them sideways. That's facts. Okay.
That's true.
Okay. Then I'm coming to you, Sebastian. Attaching stories to celebrities and saying the talent is guilty. Okay. All right. I don't know what that means. Okay. We need to applaud them for speaking out. Come on now, Kat. Come on now, Kat. Instead of waiting for years to go by, let's see what comes out of it. Yes, yes, yes. Emmanuel said, no grown man should ever have little boys in bed. Sorry. Emmanuel, I'm connecting with you, but they telling us to let the man rest in peace. Okay. He said, I saw Leaving Neverland, and I can't see or hear Michael Jackson ever since. Ooh.
The victims can't rest in peace. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Chef Kev is just playing games tonight. He talking about OJ didn't do it. Chef Kev, I don't got time right now. Sebastian, what are your thoughts?
I cannot.
Diva, that was a sledgehammer you had and you broke it. But go ahead.
Okay.
I digress.
Go ahead, Sebastian.
Make me smile, Sebastian.
Oh my God, I can't even believe it hit 2 hours. You guys speak fast, Sebastian, because I'm over time.
I will definitely be speaking fast.
Yes.
The audacity of Lizzo. No, actually, no, we're calling her by her government name. Melissa Vivian Jefferson. The audacity of Melissa Vivian Jefferson to do this nastiness. Take her dancers to a red light district. What the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, Melissa? You don't do this. These are your employees. You don't bring your employees to red light areas. You don't bring them to go see people getting it naked and spreading it wide in front of their faces. You don't put your employees in the environment for a choreographer or whatever that woman was, director, whatever she was, to be having them eating a banana out of someone else's vagina. You don't do stuff like that. What is wrong?
You can't make somebody do what they don't want to do.
You deserve everything that you're getting now. The same way your career rose up so quickly, well, now it's going to be tumbling down quickly. This is disgusting. And I find it ironic. If Lizzo was a man, all these women out here would have been screaming, me too, me too, me too. Let's cancel Lizzo if she was a man. But no, it's because she's a woman. Now it's a whole different story. I'm sorry I said it. Yes, I did. This would have been a whole different story if Lizzo was a man. A whole different one. We would have all been saying, you know what? Let's cancel Lizzo. Let's start unfollowing Lizzo. That's what would have been starting. But no, y'all are sitting up here saying, oh, we're going to wait. Did y'all wait for all the other allegations? Did y'all wait for
Sebastian, you're right.
Majors? No, y'all did not. So no, Lizzo does not deserve grace. She does not deserve mercy. She deserves nothing but torture from the public. Not physical torture, but she will not be getting any likes from me. She will not. I'll be unfollowing Lizzo.
Oh,
I am done with Lizzo. I defended Lizzo so many damn times. When Candace Owens was dragging her behind, when Aries was dragging her behind. No, I'm done with Lizzo. Melissa is gone. Bye, Melissa. Bye, Melissa Vivian Jefferson. Bye.
Who the
Who
government?
child?
But you know what, Sebastian, you are correct that if she was a male dancer, and we was hearing all this, people will be falling out and be outraged. Kat, thank you for the super chat. Let them speak now and no more waiting for years. Okay, thank you for that, Kat. Yep. Live shows. And so many people are saying you can't force someone to do something, right? Let me just say this. There are plenty of victims out there that have been forced to do things that they didn't want to do as adults, and there were no weapons, physical weapons involved. It was all words that were utilized. I want us to I want us to try to understand that the only way that there's more ways to be forced to do something you don't want to do versus I'm holding you down to do it. I want us to try to have a heart in the name of E for the victims and understand that everybody's not strong enough, no matter their age, to stand up for themselves. Because sometimes people have gone through stuff in their past where they have been victimized and their self-esteem and a lot of other things is already torn down. And for some reason, there are people in this world that they know who to pick on. They know who to kind of victimize. And so I don't want to get this. Come on, Kat. You connected with me, Kat. There are people that these things happen to them, and then the reason why they don't come out is because they are embarrassed, and they know that the first thing that's going to come out of somebody's mouth is, why didn't you leave? You're an adult, you're a grown woman. Did they hold you down? Did they do this? Did they do that? There is a such thing as adult peer pressure. The last event I went to, this one guy asked me 7 times, do I want to drink? I was like, no, I don't drink. Why don't you drink? I was like, because I just don't drink. What happened? Did you have a problem? No, I just don't drink. I'll buy you a drink. I do not want to drink. Okay? So it's like, here I am. I done told this individual 7 times sideways, I don't drink. I don't want to drink. Why should I have to answer why I don't drink? Was I a former alcoholic? It just went all kinds of crazy, right? And there are some individuals, when they're in situations as such, they're not as strong. They don't know how to say no. This one girl said that when she was at the red light district, which first of all, no employer should be taking you to a sex show. That's a point blank in a period, right? So now you took me there, and some of them didn't even know where they was going. They only realized it once they got there. They was uncomfortable there, but they already knew allegedly her erratic behavior and how she gets down, right? And so now everybody's chanting, touch her, touch her, touch her, touch her, touch her. Lizzo allegedly is telling this girl, touch the worker on her boobies. The worker is nude. The girl's like, no, I'm good. Everybody's like, touch her, touch her, touch her, touch her, touch her. So now she's like, she's feeling like, oh my God, all of this pressure. You got all the other dancers around like, okay, come on, girl, we all just having fun. What's the big deal? Go touch her. So sometimes people are not strong enough. I always been on the outside. So me being on the outside don't make me no never mind, because I had a lifetime of practice of being on the outside. But there's a lot of people that can't take that. There's a lot of people to this day that they want to be in the in crowd, whether it's work, whether it's some club, whether it's wherever. I'm just saying, with this long rant that I'm having, have compassion for these young ladies that felt like their back was up against a wall and they had no choice but to do what Lizzo was allegedly telling them to do at the time, grown or not. Leo, I'm up to you. What are your thoughts?
I also agree, Diva. It was basically a power dynamic that's going on with employer and employee. Also, as a person that's lived on the outside, I was raised as a JW, and so a lot of things I was on the outside with. So I do understand that dynamic. In a lot of ways, I feel like Lizzo don't have an HR department. She is her own business, and she does not understand that. She does not. She grasps. She is her. She see herself as the talent. What she does not see herself as is a business and a brand. And just because you feel Lizzo, she feel like she going out encouraging everybody to have fun, get out of the box, all of that. You don't know these people. These people work for you. They're not your friends. You're not inviting your friends out to the red light district. You are inviting your employees out to the red light district. That's a whole different dynamic. And what Sebastian said was true about if it had been a man, everybody would be up in arms. But I will say this. The fact that these allegations are going back to February of 2023, April of 2023, Bill Cosby's allegations went on for 30 and 40 years.
Right.
So his assumption and his conclusion of this, his evaluation of this is true. If it was a man, we'd be up in arms. But the fact that people made a stand and sued is because she is a woman and people do feel as though they have agency. And so this did not go on for years and years and years. And I'm not saying that it hasn't gone on for years. It will probably be people that will come forth that this happened in 2020, 2021, 2019. It will be people that will come forth that has had this situation with Lizzo before. But it is Me Too, and we do support the victims, and we do support the allegations until we support them to be able to speak on what they went through until we get other proof. But the fact that this came back around on Lizzo so quick is because she ain't a male.
I mean, you know what? I can roll with that. Before I come to you, in my opinion, give me 1 second, because let me answer Mitchell William. You know what? Sometimes I think some of y'all hear a piece of the conversation, or y'all get connected to one word and y'all lose your mind. If you gotta be talking about Mitchell William, the first story I told. First of all, if you knew my friend group, my life, or whatever, you wouldn't even have put this comment in there. So no, I know nobody choose that, and that's not even an angle I was coming from. So please stop it. Like, stop it. Okay, like, don't do that. Don't do that. If we're gonna have a conversation over here, we got to be grown. Because I didn't even say LG, and I don't even want to say the rest of the letters. I didn't even say it correctly. Robin and someone else threw it in the chat to help me, right? Because I missed the letter, whatever, as I was telling the story. So don't do that over one misword. Don't try to twist up the conversation. Diva, would you say he chose to be gay? No one chooses to be gay. Stop it. Stop. Like, I can't deal with that. Like, it's so ridiculous, right? Because my whole thing is I did the story because it touched home for me and it was very heartfelt. So I'm not judging anybody. I'm not saying they chose or didn't chose or whatever. I told you up front, I don't care who does what with their life. I love you for who you are. So stop this, because I said one wrong word. Like, stop it, knock it off, and I cannot. All right. Sorry, peoples. In my opinion, what do you have to say?
Okay. So, first of all, let me say, some of these people in these comments is really weird. Okay. And here's the thing, just because you don't want to believe it, or just because you see something and you say, oh, well, we're going to wait. Let me tell you something. First of all, you're not going to hear Lizzo's side of the story. Okay. Because her attorneys have told her to hush. And for good reason. Because anything she say is going to be used against her. And so I'm assuming she listening to all those high price attorneys she's hired. But what's done in the dark is most certainly gonna come to the light. If you don't believe these stories, I'm gonna tell you, like I said on Royale Channel, go back. It's on Paramount. Go back and watch the show, okay? Because this is where she got her dancers from. Two of these dancers was on that show. You go back and you see how she treated these dancers on that show. Now, again, I'm gonna say this. Me and my husband watched this show because we were trying to support her, okay? And I know how obesity runs, okay? And so I am fair believer. I'm not a Lizzo fan, but I do like the message that she first put out. You know what I'm saying? We should respect people. But here's the thing. It's so many people that have hurt women particularly, okay? That we got to learn to protect women. Nobody ever stands up for us. Nobody ever lends a voice to say, oh, we're going to stand behind this sister, whether she's white, black, Asian, whatever color she is. We need to protect women, period. Do you know how much courage it took for these women to come forward and say their stories, for us to say, oh, we're not going to believe them. We're going to wait for Lizzo's side of the story.
Well, hold on, in my opinion. I do want to just throw this out there. We got to, just like we have our side and our opinion, we got to let them have theirs. Right?
Yeah, I mean, they can have theirs, but I'm just saying, Diva, in this world where we are the least protected of all. Women are the least protected. And don't be black and be a woman. You really least protected. I'm just saying it's a time when we as women should know to, and I'm saying it because I saw a lot of women that was, oh no, Lizzo wouldn't do that. Oh no, she couldn't do that. But if you watch her show, you can see half of the stuff that was in the complaint was in the show.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand this. I really don't, because here's my thing. I'm a straight shooter, okay? And you either like me or you don't. And it's fine with me. I don't really care.
Right.
But I'm just saying we got to stop saying the victim don't have a right to say, hey, I was mistreated.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that's what they said. They was hurt. They was mistreated. One girl peed on herself because she couldn't move from the spot. And then the only clothes she had was some see-through clothes. That is harassment within itself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm done, Diva.
All right, thank you. No, in my opinion, we all get passionate sometimes, guys. And so listen, nobody in the chat is weird. Y'all have your opinion, we have ours. And all is well, all is good. Okay, we're gonna leave it on the table when we're done. And I'm way over time, but Roy, what's your thoughts?
Hi, everybody. My thoughts, final thoughts. You know, I definitely believe that the allegations are true. Lizzo has always been open about her sexuality and, you know, how she feels about sex. You know, there is currently an interview out when she was over in Amsterdam. She was on the radio and she discussed wanting to go to the Banana Bar, which that is what that bar's name is, where all of those alleged things went down in 2019. You know, I just have the mind frame, and I said this earlier, you know, at what point do we, you know, become adults and we realize that we made decisions that we shouldn't have made? You know, when do we fall responsible for the choices that we chose? You know, we hold everybody else accountable for what they do. You know, everybody has to be held accountable, not just one individual. Everybody made a choice, and whether or not that choice benefited you or not, you still have to, you know, hold yourself accountable for the choice that you made. As well, I feel, you know, when people get so happy that, you know, and like I said, I believe these victims are telling the truth. But when people get so happy, it bothers me, because my thing is, if somebody did these things to me, I want you behind bars. Because you can pay me, but yeah, you'll pay me to shut me up. You're going to move on to somebody else and do it to someone else. So I just don't feel like, you know, when situations happen like these, it should just be money. I feel like charges need to be actually filed, you know, versus, you know, collecting a check. I feel like if you should be just as concerned about getting this person out of society, you know, just as much as you are worried about collecting a check. So
this is a long story. Sandy too says that how these people went because they wanted to impress their boss, would that be Lizzo's fault? The thing is, right, Sandy 2 cents, and we'll get a little deeper into this maybe next time. I don't know. My head is pounding right now. Y'all got me overtime. I'm about to get off this live. But the thing is, though, when you have let's take it, forget about the live sex show, right? When you work on a job and they have company events, right? Anybody and everybody will tell you, if you want to move up the ladder, and I'm not even talking about anything sinister, I'm keeping this very clean, talking about regular company events. Maybe, you know, they got a luncheon. Maybe it's an end of the year Christmas party or holiday party. Maybe it's a golf outing. You know, the reason why it was called the Old Boys Club a long time ago when it came to men in the corporate America and the business is because all of them would promote each other because they hung out with each other. And the more you spend time with a person, not even just favoritism, just naturally, when there's a promotion, Adele and I are always hanging out, and Denzel and Sebastian and Leo, when there's a promotion, the first thing that's going to naturally pop up in my mind is one of them. And that's why they used to call it the Old Boys Club, because all the men, because they didn't have to take care of the kids or whatever the case may be, they would go hang out after work, right? And they would go golfing together on the weekend, and they would do whatever. So anytime a promotion came up at the job, who would get it? One of those men within that group, right? So all I'm saying is that when you work in these circles, whether it's corporate America, whatever the case may be, you know what they say? Like if you miss, it's an underlining, unspoken rule. You miss too many of the company events, even though they're not mandatory, you're not going to be in that in crowd. You're not going to be seen by the people that you need to be seen by. So then when there is, and Leo, because Roy is looking at me, but are you connecting with me? So then when there's
why do you have to be in the in crowd? Your work should speak for itself. It's not about
but you know what though?
That's a choice you make. You choose to be in the in crowd.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying to you, Roy, is we all know what is really fair, right? What is fair is if it's you and I, and your work is way better than mine, and we got the same credentials, same paperwork, right? And a promotion comes up, it should be you. But I'm just going to keep it real with the people out here. If there is a situation where it's you and I, and Robin is the boss, right? And every time there's an event, I'm at the event and I'm kiki and ha-ha with Robin. Just naturally, as a result of that, Robin is going to have more of a connection to me. She's going to know me a little bit more. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So now it's promotion time. Now it's promotion time. The first name that's going to naturally come up in Robin's head is mine. All I'm saying, y'all, we could do a whole separate live on just work politics, and just, I'm talking whether it's Target or Walmart. I can't go there, but I'm just saying, I brought that up to say this. It's the same, it's no different with these dancers. They knew the people that smoozy woozy with Lizzo got the better treatment, got the better dance routines, got the better this, got the better whatever. All I'm just saying is that it's a thing that exists. They even said clearly that those are the girls that would get to go on the private jets, get to go on the island with her. Yeah, come on, Robin, but it's a real thing. It's a real thing that exists. And so I'm saying that it happens in every arena, that even there's teachers that have a teacher's pet. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it exists.
But it does exist. But it does exist.
It exists, and you take the risk of things happening when, just like when you're the teacher's pet, there have been many situations that I was the teacher's pet, and I thought certain things should have happened, but they didn't. It ended up scorning me, not really helping me out. So because of my decision to do that, I had to suffer the consequences. And I'm not saying that I don't want them to be paid or anything like that, but I'm saying, at what point do we look at us and be like, well, I made a bad choice. I made a bad decision. I'm an adult, you know. I consciously made the effort to walk into a place that I know I was uncomfortable in. And I'm just gonna have to risk for me, I'm gonna have to risk, you know, maybe losing my job and not having the special treatment. Because if I'm that faith person, at the end of the day, nobody can stop me from getting where I'm supposed to be.
Wait, somebody, okay, we gotta go because I'll be on here with y'all all night. You aren't saying take accountability with her, Diva. I'm not understanding, Ebony, what you're trying to say.
They meant either.
You aren't saying
either.
Well, I don't know, but what does that mean?
I think you're saying that the girls pursuing her are not taking accountability for the choices that they made. That's what I'm. That's maybe
That's what it says, I believe.
Okay. So all I'm saying to y'all is, so if your boss said let's go out, and you think you going to dinner, and then y'all end up somewhere else, and you don't walk out the door right away, or you don't realize what's going on until you realize what's going on. Now that's all your accountability. You should have just never went to dinner in the first place.
Don't walk out, if you still continue to move on with that process, yes, you have accountability, and you chose to stay in a situation.
Okay, Royale.
Say something.
Hold on, can I say something real quick?
No, Diva.
Yes.
This is not in the budget. This overtime, you're not paid for.
You thank you, Robin. We got.
Well, I just want to say something real quick, Diva.
Okay, go ahead.
Also, we got to think about it. These are big girls, okay? And they probably already have low self-esteem. They probably already feel like it's just a privilege to be, because how many big girls do you see actually being dancers? I'm just being for real. We're going to be for real. Big people are the ones that get bullied the most. They get bullied because of the way they look. They get...
Okay.
What happened? In my opinion, did we lose you?
No, I just heard somebody background and it got me for a minute. But they are least protected, okay? And so when they're in their field, I feel like they would do anything to keep, you know, their job, because big girls are not you don't see no big girls being no professional dancers for real. You know, Lizzo did that show so she could get these big girls a career in dancing, you know, being her backup dancers. And those girls was willing to do anything. Like I told you, on her show, she had a challenge where she made them get naked.
I watched the show.
And I'm just saying, okay, so I'm just saying, you saw how some of those girls
chose to get naked except for that one.
Exactly, but you know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, even though
Robin called it. Thank you, Robin. We got to go because we're never.
It's the end of the line.
It's the end of the line. We're never going to end this situation. Carrie, I thank you. I filed an actual essay case. I have personal knowledge and experience. It's not my fault. I agree with you, Carrie. I'm there with you. Sandy, 2 cents. I understand where you're coming from too. She says, so now support big girls. All right, we got to go. This may need to be another part. My head is pounding. I love you guys. I cannot right now. OMG. How about this?
Oh my Lord.
Whoa. Good night, y'all.
Love you, Diva. Love you, everybody. Have a blessed night.
Oh, good God.